The plan, off to an exciting start in the sense that we're getting tested, getting to play some great opponents. I like where our team is. You know, it's a constant learning process, but I think we're getting a better and better understanding of who we are, what it's going to take to be successful. And it's always an interesting time in that we're only one game in the season, but it seems like we've been at it a little bit, you know, and you've been putting a lot of energy into preparation since January. So it doesn't feel like the beginning of the season mentally. But one game in, got to play the #1 team in the country on the road in UCLA. And I have mixed feelings in terms of the result. I mean, it was 1-0. I thought we did some things very well. It was a game that we should not have given up a goal. You know, you never say you play for a tie. I think a tie would have been probably a fair result for us with having some opportunities to score goals and possibly win. I think it'd be a naive statement to say we were better and we should have won. That wouldn't be accurate. But it was a game where we had chances to win, and was disappointed that we gave up kind of a goal off a mental lapse. And our big theme this season is that we don't give openings to our opponents, and that teams aren't going to break us down. Teams aren't going to beat us. We can only beat ourselves. And I think that holds true at the upper levels of most team sports. There's very few individuals that are just going to unlock a team. And we've played against the best players over the years, and I don't see it happen too often. So we gave them an unfortunate opening, a little miscommunication, some poor defending, and they scored a goal, and we had several chances, and we didn't take them. So you learn from that game. We started 7 guys that had never been regular starters, 3 freshmen and 4 returning guys who, you know, some had seen a few starts, but really not veteran players. So when you look at those things, I think it's very promising moving forward. But, you know, there's just a small margin for error. And with the opponents we're playing, there's hardly any margin for error. So I'm excited to see how we do Friday. We play University of San Diego. I think they're coming into the game 18th in the country. We get them at home. Great test. And then on Sunday, Santa Barbara, who's 13th in the country. So we see where we're at after this weekend, and we're going to continue to get better. We got a couple guys that haven't really played yet. Yuri Demiciano, who was, you know, kind of slated to be our starting left back. He is yet to play any minutes. Sam Gleadle tried to play a little bit against UCLA, just as coming off a bit of an ankle sprain. He should be back for this weekend. So looking forward to being at full strength, but I think we're a team that's going to get better and better every game, and I like the mentality of our guys, and new guys and returning guys. So it's exciting, happy, you know, proud of the team, and just ready to kind of get into a playing rhythm and getting better and better each game.
Finishing, how much of it was what you guys didn't do, and how much was what UCLA was doing to you?
The UCLA game was a game of half chances. It wasn't sitters. We didn't miss any tap-ins. You know, there was probably 2 real good opportunities that if you executed, you would have scored, and then probably a couple half opportunities where it had taken something a little bit special. So it wasn't a game where, you know, you're saying, hey, you had 5 easy looks. It wasn't that. And we knew that going into the game. It was going to be a game where each side got a couple opportunities and who took advantage of it, and we didn't. So, yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, you know, the comment to the team was, and I wouldn't say we were casual going into it, but close to it. It wasn't, you know, I don't know. It's a funny group of guys. They've played a lot of big games. Our freshmen have played tons of big games. They've played for these MLS clubs. I don't know if they're always excited to the same degree these teams were in the past. You know, it's just a different mentality. You know, it's almost like we are dealing with kids that have come up through a youth professional system and they're used to playing a lot of games. It's not the same excitement. And I think that was my disappointment, that you don't get many opportunities to go on the road and play the #1 ranked team in the country and UCLA. And that's something, when you come away from that game with a win, which I think we beat them at their place, what was it, 3 years ago? That's something you never forget. You never forget beating a #1 ranked team, whether it be on the road or at home. And we've been fortunate, have done it quite a few times. And I feel bad that guys missed that opportunity and maybe didn't fully appreciate it. But, you know, learned a painful lesson. And we'll see. We got to be playing Friday night like it's the most important game of our life. That's the message. Every game that you get to play, you got to play like it's your last game. You got to play with that intensity, that desire, that passion. And if you can get guys playing with that sense, you're going to be pretty good. Whether we'll be great, we'll see. But like I said, I'm excited. That's where my motivation is going into Friday.
Coach, were you surprised when, on that hands, when everything, you could hear the noise on the TV and the hands all went up, and I mean, it was just so obvious. I mean, were you really shocked that they didn't call that?
There was 2 of them. But you know what? I've spent 0 time on that.
Really?
We can control what we have control over. We had control over not giving up that goal. We had control of taking our chances, and that's all I can focus on. You let yourself off the hook, you start looking for outside things.
So you don't ask the ref after the game or
No.
anything? You,
Well,
you just let it go? And
hasn't been mentioned. Hasn't been mentioned to our team. It's just part of the game, part of any sport. And if you're good, you eliminate the significance of those things. The ref should have very little to do with the outcome of the game if you take care of your business. So, yeah, that's kind of my approach to it.
How did you assess your freshmen's play?
It's okay. And they're good players. I mean, it's not really. Freshman's a funny deal now in soccer. With the kind of players we're getting, it's a funny term to say they're freshmen, you know? They've got a lot of experience. And I told them that in our meetings, you're not a freshman. You've had too much experience, and there's too much at stake. You're going to be treated like a man, and there's high expectations if you're on the field. And they accept that, and that's what they want, the challenge they want.
Speaking of challenges, how much of a challenge is San Diego going to be?
Big challenge. It's a real mature team, a physical team. You know, we got to put the game on our terms. You know, we got to have the ball. We got to play in their half. We got to press them. We got to get their heads down. If we allow them to play in our half, to get a lot of balls in the box, and it just becomes a physical match, it's going to be a difficult one for us. So it's an exciting test.
San Diego's actually coming off of 2 0 shutouts. Do you think your attacking third is ready for that to maybe break their streak?
That's the plan. Well, no, there's no maybes. We have to. If we're going to win the game, we got to score a goal. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to win the game.
Got time for one more question?
What do you really like about your team? Extreme.
They're good guys. I think they care about each other. They care about doing the right things, and that's an important one, that you believe in the character of your players, and they're here for the right reasons. They're here to be good students. They're here to represent the university. They respect and appreciate the community and the support they get, and they want to be successful and want to win games. It's all you can ask for. It's a big responsibility as a coach when you have those kind of guys, because it's on me. You know, we got an incredible coaching staff, wonderful players, and you know, you want the best for them. They deserve the best. We got to do a great job as coaches and give them every chance to be successful.